For ACUSports.com, I'm Grant Boone talking some Wildcat women's hoops with head coach Julie Goodenough. Her team getting ready to take on the Lady Red Raiders of Texas Tech, part of a very busy week for your team. Let's talk about that in just a second. First, 4-1. You had a really nice home win. I haven't talked to you since the great win against UT San Antonio, Coach, a couple of Saturdays ago. When your team faces a team that has beaten you a couple of years in a row, to beat them, does that have a little extra impact on your team moving forward in terms of confidence maybe?
I think so. We feel like that we really stubbed our toe 2 years in a row at UTSA, and I think our players really believed that we could compete with UT San Antonio and get them to come to Abilene. We have a really good shot to play in front of our home crowd and put a good game together. And so I think that our players really felt like we could beat them and really executed well and, beat a really good UTSA team at home. Felt like the fourth quarter was sort of the deciding factor. That final 10 minutes, our team really executed well. We got really high percentage shots and seemed to really lock down on defense more the last 10 minutes than we had the previous 30.
And then last Friday, the day after Thanksgiving, you step out of Division I and you played Missouri Valley College. You told me yesterday you thought that was your most complete game of the year. Why?
I really did. We focused a lot leading up to that game on just taking care of the basketball. Our philosophy, I guess, is to score within the first 6 seconds of the shot clock. And if we don't, then we want to, make the other team play defense, make them sit down and play defense and guard us. And our starters really, I think, took that to heart and did a great job of executing for the best shot that we could get. We were probably did the best job we've done all year of 4 people crashing the boards on offense. We were able to gain a lot of extra offensive possessions by getting offensive rebounds. And then defensively, we tried to change our defense up every few possessions and had a lot of just communication on the court, cut down on defensive lapses, I felt like. So from start to finish, everybody on the team, I think, scored, really came in and contributed on both sides of the ball. So I felt really good about our game on Friday. And it's kind of hard, playing the day after Thanksgiving.
Yeah, you never know, do you?
You don't. And most of our players, I think 7 of our players had Thanksgiving with their families. The other 4 spent Thanksgiving with the Goodenough family. But, just coming off a holiday like that, and we did have practice Thanksgiving evening after eating Thanksgiving meal. And so you just, there's just some things there that are a little bit uncommon going into a game the day after Thanksgiving. But, man, our players just really locked in and did a great job.
5:30 Wednesday night, you'll take on the Lady Red Raiders of Texas Tech. You beat them 2 years ago up there. They got you back last year, so this is the rubber match, if you want to think of it in those terms. Candy Whitaker brings back a team that won 9 more games than it did her first year, and they're off to a really good start this year, and they're a little different than what we saw last year, aren't they, already?
Yeah, they are. Their backup point guard from last year has assumed the starting role this year, and she's done a tremendous job just really pushing the ball. They have a freshman point guard that's new to their program this year who is every bit as up-tempo as their starter, and I think that has made a huge difference in their team, just how quickly they get up and down the floor. They score a lot with offensive rebounds as well, and so that's kind of been our focus the last 2 days is to make sure that our transition defense is on point. We're playing together as a team and to be really physical, blocking out and rebounding. Our scout team has done a tremendous job the last 2 days, beating our kids up, going after rebounds. They were even with us this morning at 7 o'clock, really trying to help us get prepared for a bigger, faster Lady Raider team.
Well, you won't even come back to Abilene, will you? You're going to go on and head northwest up to Colorado Springs, where you're going to play in a tournament. You get Grand Canyon University on Friday and Eastern Michigan on Saturday. And I know that all of the focus right now is on Texas Tech, but maybe just a quick word about playing in that tournament up there.
Well, you mentioned that when you get to play a team that you've played before, that kind of changes your mentality a little bit. And the first thing that our players said this week is we get another shot at Grand Canyon. And it was 2 years ago that we played them. Yeah. But our junior class, they remember that they kind of put a whooping on us a couple of years ago. And so they're like, oh, we're going to get them back at another tournament. So Grand Canyon College is in the same transition we are. Right. It's their third year in the WAC and making the transition to be a full D1 program. And they're doing a tremendous job. Their coach, Trent, he and I worked summer camps together at Camp Olympia. And so we knew each other a long time ago when we were in college. And so it's kind of neat to reconnect with him out on the coaching circuit. But they're very scrappy, man-to-man team. They try to force you into making lots of mistakes. So we've got to be prepared to really take care of the ball. The next night, real quick turnaround against Eastern Michigan. They play about 90% zone, and so it's going to be two really different styles of play. But we're looking forward to it and excited to be part of the Air Force Classic.
Well, it's a busy week. 5:30 tip-off against the Lady Red Raiders of Texas Tech. All of you around the Lubbock area, come on out and cheer on the Wildcats. And Lubbock's own Dimba twins, Susie and Lizzie. And then in Colorado Springs, back-to-back games, Grand Canyon University on Friday, then Eastern Michigan on Saturday. For Julie Goodenough, I'm Grant Boone for ACUSports.com.